jisike asụla ngọngọ n'ụzọ gị gba ọchịchị ihe dị ga-edu gị nwayọ tụkwasị Chukwu obi n'ụzọ jọnjọ ihe egwu n'ụzọ gị ya tụkwasị Chukwu obi. Biafrans, tụkwasị Chukwu obi. The song I just played now said, in times of difficulty, when things are getting tougher, we should put our trust in God. With this, I welcome you to Linda's TV show, anywhere you are watching from. If it is your first time of coming across this platform, you are highly welcome. If you like the kind of thing we do here, kindly subscribe. Put on your notification bell to all notifications. This will enable you to know when we upload a new video. We react to all forms of videos. We inform, educate the members of the public about the happenings in the globe, especially in Nigeria. I use this opportunity to appreciate YouTube for creating this wonderful platform that we are using to pass this information across. At the same time, I put a disclaimer that here in Linda's TV show, we do not promote misleading information, violence, hate speech, or trying to instigate war or violence. A call for self-determination is not a call for war. My great people, I greet you anywhere you are watching this video. We have come again today. There is a particular video I want us to watch. If you are watching this video, pay attention. Pay attention, you are going to learn a lot. A lot of things are going on and everybody is trying, working in their own way to make sure that Igbos are united, to make sure that Biafran actualization is real. So in this video, when you listen to this, you will see how the Biafrans were deceived. Because if you say the Igbos, it looks as if it's a particular set of people. When you say Biafrans, you know all the states that comprises Biafran, despite the fact that we were deceived. That you see somebody from Delta, they will tell you, no, I am not an Igbo man, I'm not an Igbo woman, I'm a Delta Igbo. Which one is Delta Igbo? These people answer the same name with you, they eat the same food with you, they dress the way you dress, they speak the same language with you, but they will tell you that they are not Igbos. You are going to hear one of our brothers from these particular places explaining to you, telling you that we are one. And this reminds me, there was a news I heard, was it yesterday or day before yesterday, that Zoo government declared our prime minister wanted. I saw the news, I just laughed over it. So I'm going to allow you to watch this video. Just pay attention after listening to what they said, although they are speaking in vernacular. And I believe all these people that come from these places, those people that are saying, I'm Delta Igbo, I am this, I'm not that. When you hear them speak your language, you will see the truth. So share, comment, you can criticize, of course, you can counter what they are saying, but always drop your own constructively and also try to bring out facts that will make us, if there's any suggestion, any ideas, let us do it in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching Linda's TV show.
Igbo, don't let Igbo be in unity or be in peace. But look at now, from the history, my dad happens to be an ex-military officer that fought in the Biafra war. So my dad told me 3 stories about how all these things in Obido ni Ndi Igbo, Nandi Delta na Sinawa was na Ndi Igbo. Also many that time one Olu Asaba. Why you get with the Meguhe Asaba massacre? One or say no many in this side there you be they was in Ndi Igbo war. Yeah, we need Nigeria army. They were catching so they will see our own people. Thank you, my dear. So they didn't know what many. That is how the whole thing started. But the minute they decided, you know, one as a to save themselves.
to save themselves from being massacred
by the Nigerian
government. Okay, that is another factor.
Yes.
Another factor leading to this denial of one's identity.
Exactly.
Now, okay, continue.
So, from my own research and the information I have gathered so far, Indi Bodo Wundi, because Ilu Ibodo Penny, there's no single soul in this land that bears any Yoruba name, that bears any Hausa name, that bears any other name apart from either Okeke, Okoye, Okafo, Okonkwo, Mbweke, Mboye, Mbwafo, Mbonkwo. Now, let me tell you guys something. At least I know my own generation, my own ancestors, I know their names down to their I'm their sixth generation now.
Okay, the one CG their calculation.
I'm from Menwaniwu, Emenike. The man that gave birth to me, his name is Ike Biabo. His own father's name is Osemeke. That Osemeke, his own father's name is Azike. That Azike, his own father's name is Azubike. That Azubike, his own father's name is OJ. That all these names down to this sixth generation. Can't you see that these names are all Igbo names? Now, how can an individual now come to tell me that I'm not an Igbo person? Child. Why my ancestral names are all Igbo names? That is, by the way, my mom is from a community called Idumuje Uboko, the same community and the same kindred with the famous politician called the Ned Nwoko. Now, my own mother's name from that community is Ada Nkwo. Her mother's name is Oziri, that is a street. Her father's name is Osede, that is what God has written, Osede. Now, Osede's name is Ozu. Also, the father's name is Ozu, that is a brassmith person. Now, this Osede's father's name, who is Ozu, his own father's name is Chima. Now, if all these things, my ancestral lineage down to 5th to 6th generation, all their names are Igbo names, how can now I deny myself that Abraham Oni? But the mistake has been made where some of our people have been misleaded either politically, religiously, or traditionally. Because even some of our traditional leaders have not done us well in any way. Some of them go behind the bar, collect money for their own personal interest to say some certain things. For example, I was telling somebody one day, any king within our jurisdiction here who thinks that he's not an Igbo, then you have no reason to be our king. Because we are the people, so Igbo be any or is saying Ibuna. That
you are not connected,
to us, that you have no reason or any right to be our king. I made a video that they maybe can send me a video where I went to Onchubo. You will see in our Onchubo city gate, it is written Onchubo Nwadiopala of Ezechima, which is the first son of the famous man called Ezechima. I am also a descendant of Ezechima. So I will post the video on my TikTok page. If you want to follow me on Facebook too, there's a page called Nwa Oshimiri TV or Chim Kelvin. That is my 2 pages. All right. So what am I trying to say in essence is that we, the Anioma people of Delta, all the way from Igbanki down to Asaba, we are all Ndibu, and there's nothing anybody can do about it.
Thank you. Now, my people, as you all know, there are some things that will be happening today at Igbodo before I'll be going back, retiring back to where I just arrived, not quite 10 minutes. We started this video, and this is my first time of meeting him. He is one of my ardent follower and a brother for say. Onye Igbodo ko, and you heard what he said, that the meaning of Igbodo mean Igbo. Though Igbodo can come as in form of greeting. Igbo nde wone or non-indo or non-indo, you people should a kind of wishing them a peaceful, coexisting. Now, Mwa, I'm from Akumazi. From Igbodo to Akumazi is just a stone throw. It is walkable.
Exactly.
The only this thing that is between Igbodo and Akumazi is Akwoma. Akwoma is between Igbodo and Akumazi, which you know that Akwoma is part of Akumazi.
Yes.
And this is a labo. The place we are backing now is a labo. All these places are known to be Ndibo. Now, I am here with my brother, meeting him for the first time right in his community, Igbodo. Igbodo is known for their hospitality. They farm. Exactly. When it comes to the season of corn, this is where they produce majorly all the corn that is of corn, where they eat all the corn you eat within the southeast, even both part of Edo State.
Now here,
this is where they produce the corn. And like today, this morning, as I was coming, the market is already filled with women coming out to sell their gari, their cassava, their gari, and all that. Yeah. So on. Now, what are we saying? I am here to enlighten you guys. Most of you who, after our conference at Asaba by February, to you, you believe that we are just indoor, that we don't have what to do anymore. Let me tell you, we just started now. We are on a consultation. After this video, there is a purpose that brought me here, which I will not be sharing on the air, which I will be discussing with my brother privately, because we have a program that will be coming up before the end of this year. All the communities in Anioma, when I talk about Anioma, I talk about Eka, I talk about Okwale, I talk about Aniocha. Now, all the communities in Omambala, all the communities in Imo State, in Enugu, Abia, in Ikwere, we are going to be coming up together to have what is called a unity carnival. Ndị egwu ekpo, ndị etegu, ndị egwu ekpere, ndị ekwu ihe, and any chaka be together to celebrate. We are going to be choosing the state where we are going to having this. Maybe we choose Delta, or we choose River State, or we choose Enugu. Any of the states we choose that will be convenient, we are going to be using their stadium. And year after year, we are going to be rotating the carnival state to state. These are some of the agendas we have. If you're joining us on this live video, please kindly do me a favor by sharing the video. My brother, I still want to ask you something.
Go ahead, please.
What are the festivals? Did Igbodo have anything to do with Ikenga? Did Igbodo have anything to do with Ifejoko? Did Igbodo have anything to do with New Yam Festival? Did Igbodo have anything to do with Eguaro and Ibubi? Ibubi simply means, after the harvest, when it comes to the time of plantation, cultivation, there are some this thing we normally do, tradition we do before. So and I joke, which is Ibubi, the tradition. So tell us some things you know about this tradition of Igbodo.
Okay, my people, thank you guys. Now in this community, me, I'm a traditionalist. When I mean a traditionalist, I'm 101% a traditionalist, uncompromised one. Now, Igbodo as a community, every traditionalist who is a man has an Ikenga, and which I also have an Ikenga. And Ikenga is what every single individual who is a man who has grown to some certain age in Igbo land and Igbo must have. Ike Njaga, the strength of a man, the backbone of a man, that is Ikenga. Now, come to festivals. We have what is called Ogbanigbe. We have Ogbanigbe this what do they call it? Igbodo here. Now we have our normal New Yam Festival. We have what we call Igbo Abo. Igbo Abo is just like when you want to seal after the New Yam Festival and the whatever you want to seal the year, we do Igbo Abo. All right. So our tradition and our culture is almost as the same as that of
our brothers who is across the river.
Across the river. Just a little differences because Ordinana is what unifies all the whole Igbo speaking part. But Omenana, it is how we practice that Ordinana in our own community. Right? For example, it might be if I want to do Ikenga as an Igbo person, I might use Oje Baleto or Oje Baleno But if you go to other part of Igbo land, it must be Ojo Balise or Ojo Balefo. That is the Omenana area. But the main important thing is that as an Igbo, I have an Ikenga. And Ikenga is what you identify an Igbo traditional man as a person. Thank you.
You are welcome. You are welcome. You are welcome. Now, let me still add to this. I want to know why I'm using English now is that I want
Other
people,
individuals.
yes, who are not actually connected with our dialect differently to actually have details of what we are discussing. Now, there is a central deity that holds Igbodo as a people. When you come to Akumazu Mocha, apart from individual deity that traditionalists have to themselves, there is one that connects every indigene of Akumazu, which we call Ihunze. Ihunze. Did you people have anything of such in Igbodo? Yeah?
Thank you, my brother. Now, we have a place called Ihu Ani Ozuzu. Ihu Ani Ozuzu.
Ozuzu.
Why it is called Ihu Ani Ozuzu? In some other part of Igbo land, it is called Ajana.
Ajana.
But in our own dialect, we call it Ihu Ani Ozuzu.
Hold on, let me explain. That Ihu Ani Ozuzu mean a place where community gather. When they take a decision that had to do with the community.
Yes.
Ihu Ani. That's the face of the land. Yes. Go ahead, sir.
Now, that Ihuani Ozuzu is where all the whole my village, which is Igbodo, we have 6 wings of a clans, quarters rather, which we have Ilabo, Idumoze, Anibeku, Ndobo, Anieme, and Idumobio. These are the 6. These is the 6 clans that makes up Igbodo. Now,
Ilabo also na Ilabo.
I mentioned it. Okay. Yes, Ilabo is the number 6. Okay. Now, if you want to do anything that concerns this community as a whole, these 6 wings of a clans or quarters rather must be assembled in a place called Ihuanios. That is where maybe that they want to fix something in the community. Maybe there's something going wrong. They want to offer a sacrifice. Everybody in this community, every traditionalist either must go to that place to represent his own family or his own quarters or whatever.
Now I heard that most of these Anioma community are actually connected to Ndebini. There's something I want you to tell me. Is there any tradition or culture in Igbodo as we stand here? You have mentioned that Igbodo simply means Igbodo. Now, if the name Igbodo, is there any tradition or culture that links Igbodo to Benin people?
None, not even a single one. Now, I will tell you a story. I will tell you guys a story. Our kingship, the ideology of our kingship is from Benin.
Okay.
The ideology of our kingship is from Benin. I will tell you guys a story, how it happened. There is a meeting, a kind of a gathering that they had one day. Now, the then upper of Benin now came with his entourage, like just try to link up and celebrate with some other people. Now, a goat was provided to be sacrificed for that particular sacrifice or that whatever that we were doing that day. Now, a man was pointed to go and do the sacrifice. The man said no, he cannot do the sacrifice because of the blood of the goat that he was wearing white, and truly the man was wearing white, which happens to be my own grandfather. Now, someone else was now called to come and do the sacrifice, and that is how the man became the king. His own lineage became the king of this community.
Okay.
Not that the man who his family is the king today is from Benin. No. But because of he became the king, they took him to Benin and gave him the ideology of Benin kingship.
Okay.
They gave him the ideology of Benin kingship. You understand?
And this is what actually happened to majority of the
our community. This
you see in Anioma here. Yes. Because for sure we have this relationship with them because their monarchy system was actually borrowed into our own system.
Exactly.
And our people, in so aligning with them, they now begin to change the narrative that we are from Benin, which every one of us know that we are not. Go ahead with your narration.
Okay. So today in our community here called Igbodo, if any prince wants to be a king, they take him to Benin to also infuse him with that ideology of Benin kingship. That's why today they pay homage to whatever and something like that. But the originality of those who have been inhabiting this space before the kingship ideology came has been in the Igbo.
Okay.
Has been in the Igbo.
Now, can you tell me where the word Diokpa came from? Diokpa.
Diokpa means an elder in our own dialect.
Yes.
Diokpa means an elder, which is an Igbo word. Diokpa, which means an elder, a head of either of a clan or a quarter or of a community. That is Diokpa. Now,
to my own, Diokpa, in line to what you said, we have Diokpa, we have DG, we have Dibia.
Yes.
These words are interconnected. Dibia, DG, Diokpa, Dim. In a word, if woman want to relate to her husband, he say Dim Oma, my husband. So what it simply means that D is talking about the head, the superiority, the originality of a particular of an identity. If you want to identify the head of a family, you say D.
Yes.
D uno. Yeah, only D Okpa. D nwere Okpara, D Okpa. You know, we call it Okpara mean the senior. You know, Okpara mean that is why we have Okparuku in some places. Yes. Like we go to Ukwali, we have what is called Okparuku and other. So this word, are they connected to Benin? The answer is what?
There's no way.
Now, when we are talking about, we are not fighting the Benin people.
Not at all.
We are not at war with them, but we are trying to make our argument straight. They need to understand for too sure and for real that we have a relationship with them by the purpose of proximity, closeness, having one or two things doing with them initially. But when we talk about our identity, who we are, where we are coming from, we are not in any way in connection with them.
Not at all.
When we talk about master, the master of this house, the master of master. You a master degree. When we talk about master degree, as you know, you are a doctor, you are a profession, and doctor in this, you are a doctor in this, and doctor is it. Now, when you come to our word, when we talk about D simply mean, when we talk about Diokpa, it simply mean that D represent master, the person that has mastered something, the head of something. Now, it means you are a master in that profession. As I can so you are a master in what you do as a spiritualist. That is the meaning of that D, means you are a master in what you do. That D also, Dim, the woman referred to the husband as my master. In other words, my Lord. Just as we see when Sarah called the husband my Lord, called Abraham my Lord. So when we talk about Diokpa, these are our words that originated from us as a people. So those people who are selling us without, getting to know the original identity of us, selling us for what I don't know, we are here to correct that narrative that Anioma is part and parcel of the rest of Igbo family. From Ibake to the rest part, both Ikwere, to the rest part, both what is it called, Isukwato, Abia, and also on. We are all one. And these are why, when you begin to look at the names of our communities and our Ogbe, when you begin to leave your domain, you begin to see the repetition of those community names. They begin to repeat themselves. Exactly. They are not repeating themselves because let's say it's coming by coincidence. This is some of our people who took a journey out of their present location to their newfound domain. And because initially from the onset, we are known by our family lineage name. We are named like what you hear Owere. Owere is a family lineage name. Isu is a family lineage name. Exactly. Oka is a family lineage name. When you begin to look at those names, you begin to find out that Abo is a family lineage name. I'm not talking about the newly invented name. No, like Anambra. Anambra is a newly political name. Like Delta. Delta is a political name. Like all these River State. When we talk about Igwe, Ocha, these are names that are connected to our ancestors. But when we begin to talk about how we are interconnected, people seem to shy away from the reality. But should we continue to live in denial? No, because we want to prove some things that are not worth proving,
or to even please some certain individuals.
Because we want to please some certain individuals. I have traveled a little while, which this year I'm still making up time to travel. What is holding me now is finance. There are things I'm putting on because what I'm doing has actually affected what I do as a person. You can't keep going to people every on and now and then to sponsor what you're doing. No. Because they too, they have their own one or two challenges. Exactly. So we are putting on one or two things that will create a kind of free flow of funding that will enable us to go the way we have desired to go about this issue of uniting in the Igbo as one family. If you are against what we are doing, my brother, I'm giving you a kind of expo now. It is better you repent now, because what will give you heart attack is about to come up. Because what I have on my table as the next line of action regarding to what we are doing is something that will break your heart the more. So I'm only telling you as an advice, repent now, because what will hit you is going to come as a tsunami. I am telling you, we have a series of programs stock up for this unifying of Ndibo. Today I'm at Ibodo. You all know Ibodo is a town known by all travelers. You are traveling to Abuja, you are traveling to Lagos, you are going from Benin, from the east. You will cross Ibodo because Ibodo is along the express. Exactly. So why I did not announce my traveling from Anambra to Ibodo this morning is because I want to take it as a surprise while we have our morning tea this morning with my brother Emenike. Emenike, tell us more. What are the things you are wishing or you are aspiring or believing to see in this whole thing of this whole call of Ekpondibo Kabia together? What are you looking at? What are those things you actually believing to see?
Okay, my brother, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Really appreciate you. It's not really easy. Now, my aspirations are, I want a system or a day where every single individual who are residing within this space of Anyoma will recognize itself as an Onyebo, as an Asian person, and do away with that narrative that makes some of us believe that we are from Benin. So what am I trying to say? Let me quickly say this. When you get home, every single individual, those are for our Delta people and normal people, recognize themselves as the Onyebo. Tell your friends, tell your family members, because I have an elder sister. Sometimes education, the Western system of education cannot just give you everything. I have an elder sister who based in the United States of America, who is a medical doctor over there. Her name is Ngozi, but she still tells you that she's not an Igbo person. Just imagine. This is not a far distance person, my own elder sister. She's a medical doctor in the United States of America. Her native name is Ndoka and Ngozi. But yeah, this person tells you that she's not an Igbo person. Just imagine. Just imagine. So there was a time I had an altercations with her. There was a day I had an altercation. Yeah, there was a day I had an altercation with her. I say, okay, our mom's name is an Igbo name. Our dad's name is an Igbo name. My own name is an Igbo name. Your own two dialect name, native names are Igbo name, and you are telling me that you're not an Igbo person. So what am I trying to say in essence? She has been misinformed. Sometimes you can get educated and become an educated fool. You understand? It sounds so funny, my brother, but that's the reality.
I am from Ibodo. I'm from
Ibodo.
Osedume, write us. Where are you from? Hello, Ibodo. Just tell us. Yeah. Tell us the quarter. Ibodo. Go ahead.
So, what am I trying to say here? Please, if you have every single person who is from this Anyoma space of Ndibo in Delta State, shy away, throw that crap out that you are not an Onyebo, you are not an Igbo person. Don't let anybody use political might or political whatever to deceive you that you are not an Igbo person. Tell that to your family members. Tell that to your friends. We have absolutely no problem, no conflict, nothing with any person from the space called Benin.
Go ahead.
But what I, as an individual, do not buy into all that is that we are from Benin people. Now, to shed more light on that, we are very more close to Benin people here. But yet, when I speak, Benin person don't understand me. When Benin person speaks, I do not understand. But look at where River Niger is, Onitsha is. Whatever an Onitsha person who is in the Anambra State says, I understand. And whatever I say, they
do understand.
It's just only the tongue, which is the accent.
Which talks about the dialect.
The dialect.
Because now in Igbo, no. Even right here in Eka, Igbo don't pronounce it the way Akumazi pronounce
Make I shock you. Make I shock you. Do you know that in this our community, Igbo, the way in Labo people speaks is not the way in Ndobo people speaks. The way in Ndobo people speaks is not exactly the way some other quarters in this our village speaks.
Okay,
in the same village.
A dog John said he's from Ndogo quarter, but grown up in Elabo or Kutu family. Because I'm from Igbo Ndobo quarter.
Ndobo. Okay.
There are plenty here in Ndobo.
Hey.
No, Munnem.
Wait,
we said do messing now from Ndobo.
These people know me.
No, they are not changing. Yeah.
People they change them now.
Come, my love, come. Let's cut and come.
Okay. Now, the thing is that those of my brothers, I believe say both of them know me. I know base home, but I come home. So now because of this thing, I be one of the reasons why make me come home. So
make guys are welcome.
Yeah, make una change that mentality. Say we not be Igbo. We not be Igbo. We don't be Igbo. Nah, we are all the same lineage, the same Igbo Asian people. I'm not disputing the fact that there are some other individuals that probably migrated from other space. So, but for you to have dominated that individual that migrated from somewhere, it means that that individual, there are people who have been living in that space before they came. That's why we are able to
retain our dialect.
You understand?
You know,
so,
despite what somebody said, it is by teaching. Britain that came and they introduced their English upon us. They make sure that we speak English. The English language we speak did not change the fact that we are speaking dialect, that we are Igbo. Just like if I have the privilege, if I still have the time, if I check my phone, if I'm living in Igbo here now, I think my next bus stop should be Iseluku. I'm just announcing it. My next bus stop today or tomorrow should be Iseluku, depending on my capacity, what I can do today. Now, when you visit some areas in Anyoma, we have what is it called? Ndi Olokumi. Olokumi are Yoruba people who actually traveled from all the way from what is it called? Ile Yoruba Owo down to where they are today, and they speak Anyocha. Despite them speaking Anyocha, they still retain that Yoruba language of theirs
because they migrated.
Because that is their own original identity. But nobody is changing the fact now that they have already integrated with us. We are one now as one people. They share our custom and tradition with us, but that does not stop them from speaking their original identity, who they are. So, so what are we saying? Let us begin to enlighten our people. Let us begin to educate our people that my sister, I want your face here. Come.
Ogobia.
Something
she says, I want to ask
I want to check. No, in a second.
No,
people will see you are a beautiful woman. Come. I will love you forever.
We are not making money, so nobody's paying you.
We are not making money. I will love you forever.
No, I have my husband.
Don't worry. Loving you does not stop me. It does not stop you from having your husband to you.
It's a brotherly love.
There is something our sister just said. I wanted her to come and throw it to this way because one thing is that
the same language.
No, we are.
Oh
yeah, come on, second home. But let your voice come up now.
No, I don't want to see.
No, they're not going to see. Just come close. Come close.
Oh yeah, just come. Let your voice come. Now, as well, and in China, come as a cow. Even we bodo. Only bodo we kwoku. Oya Kumazi ka mane no Igbo doro.
Yes.
Onyi modo we kwoku, oya mode ka mane ni oya Kumazi wonwa. Eni nchanya so onu no nu. Our ire ni difference he pronounce here. That one here was in he was yakwa dialect. But language na so ofu language ro. But how many we be there chona pronounce here one and you pronounce it differently.
Now let me just go a little bit further. When you go to the north, I speak South very, very fluently because I lived almost 21 years in the north. Now, if you go to some part of Hausa land, like places like Kano, you will hear Gashi. But when you go to Sokoto, you will hear some certain word like a Gahi. Gahi. That is this word, these two words is telling you about take.
Gashi, there is a presence of X. And Gahi, there is an absence of X.
Yes.
You see what is
but
that?
It's the same meaning.
The same meaning.
But different pronunciation. But it's the same Hausa language. So when you also come to this our own space here, we have the ways we pronounce things, but it means the same thing. You understand? So what I'm trying to say to you guys in essence is that Igbo, Bofu, however you want to say it, but Igbo is one. Igbo means Asian people, Igbo, Asian people. That is the meaning of it. Igbo, Asian people. So anybody who is telling you from Delta State, you are not an Igbo person, you are this, you are that, that person is a deceiver. He's a misleader. Don't ever listen to that person.
Now, go ahead. Continue.
Okay. Now, the terrible thing is that most of our political elites has gone into politics. They have taken some certain oaths not to say some certain things and not to do some certain things, and they have taken money. So some of them will come out in the open places and tell you some certain stories or try to mislead you in one way or the other because of the oath and the money that they have taken for them not to be able to say some certain things or to do some certain things. All right. So one day.
So to continue, my brother, I am very glad and I'm very happy that I'm at home. Without having, if I want to trek to my community now, it can only take me to about 10-15 minutes with leg from where I am now. If I'm driving with my car, it will take me 5 minutes from here to Akumazi. Because the only what is between Ibodo and Akumazi is Akwoma. Now, Akuku, which is Akwoma. You know we have Akwoma, Akuku in Anambra. Now, when we begin to talk about what makes us one, I told you guys in my last video, that was yesterday on our morning tea, that the reason why I don't fight some of my people who disagree with the program we are running is that it is not their fault. A child who was born 1950, 1960, 1970, or 1979, 80, and all through his or her growing to the age of 40, 40-something years to 50 years, he or she has been fed with one information, that this is who you are, and nobody has come up to argue or to tell him or her that the information is nothing but false information. The child will simply grow up believing that that information is nothing but true, and it's going to take you a very big hole of time. It's going to take you a very big hole of time to actually change that narrative. You are welcome, sir. It's going to take you a very whole of time, a very big whole of time to actually change that narrative, because the child or the person has grown for years. A 10 years piece of 1 decade, 22 decades, 33 decades. A child who was born and is up to 40 years has lived whole of her life 4 decades with false information. So you cannot change that information within 2 days or within 1 month.
That is what
it's still going to take you time to make a very verifiable what is it called, a very good verifiable information before the child or the daughter will change from that false information. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you, my brother. You know, just like what my brother has said so far.
Yes, somebody said, I have a question, sir.
Okay.
See, go ahead and make your question clear. Let us answer you. Go ahead. Nova, Caesar Nova, go ahead. Let us get your question. Go ahead.
So, just like what my brother has said, is Arsenal. Aro Baro, Oburo Menana. When an abomination or something that is not accepted in a community is allowed to be accepted or left in a community to stay long in a community, it becomes part of the community system. Yeah, you had one arrow or borrow or menana. Now, why do you have some of our people? I can remember vividly when I came back 2 years ago, I saw a little child where I was doing 1 or 2 projects. A little child said, on the one me fa no on the one the mother of that child called him. You're saying, oh, on the one me, is these people that are doing this? You, who are you? Are you not an Igbo person in this same community? So what am I trying to say? There are some few persons of us that also believe or know that we are Igbo people. Just like there's a sister of mine here. I don't know what.
Police. Go ahead.
All right. So what am I trying to say? In this our community, there are people who know our true history, and there are people who do not know our true history. You might see a full-grown man with so many beards, both on his cheeks, and he's a chin, and he's a both hand, and he's a genital, but he does not know the true history of our community. But there are people that are still very, very young and tender, but they know the real history of our community, and I can tell you authoritatively that I'm one of those people. All right. So what I'm trying to say in essence is that, please, anywhere you see yourself as an Onya and Yoma of Delta State, all the way from, if Anocha is going to be if Anyoma is going to have their own state now, there's no way.
Yeah, there are 2 questions I want to address. Chibogo asked, he said, do the Olukumi people in Aniocha bear Igbo name? The answer is yes. They bear Igbo name at the same time they bear Yoruba name. And they speak Anioma, which is Aniocha, at the same time they speak the Olokumi, which is part of Yoruba dialect. They speak that Olokumi, which is part of Olukumi, which is that part of that Yoruba dialect where they came from.
That's
Ubodu. Because they have lived with us for hundreds of years, we have been able to influence them with our own culture and our dialect.
Yes.
They share our dialect with us, they share our culture and tradition with us, but they still retain their mother tongue and at the same time their tradition. So when you go there, they have dual citizen, what is it called? Tradition, because they retain their own tradition, which they came with. And at the same time, they share our tradition with us. From Ondo State, Owo. They came all the way from Owo. They retain their tradition and their language. They retain their tradition and their language. At the same time, they share our own Anioma with us. They bear our name. They bear their own name. Now, secondly, the question you asked, Caesar, the second question, you're talking about that you watch a video where a Benin person said that the kingship of Iseluku is from Benin, but the people of Iseluku are not from Benin. Even the kingship, let me tell you, the family who holds, if the Iseluku people, their kingship are connected to that of Ezechima, they are not from Benin by origin. The only thing we borrowed from them, the only thing we borrow from them is that of what is it called? The only thing we borrow from them is that of a kingship system, the monarchy system. What we borrow from them is that their monarchy system. What we actually borrow from them is that their monarchy system. So the person of Ezechima is not, has no DNA of boss, go ahead.
Just do sharp.
You understand me now? So in response.
Thank you so much, my wonderful viewers, for watching this video together with me from the beginning to the end. Like I said before, if you like what you see here, if you like what I do in this platform, as you have finished watching this video, please hit that red button that says subscribe and put on your notification bell to all notification. In that way, you'll be able to know when I upload a new video. Share my videos, leave your comments in the comment section constructively. Until I meet your way again in my next video, I still remain your Linda's TV show. Bye-bye.